Yo, so I'm not gonna make it some type of fucking long drawn out shit like a lot of these fucking jakes want to do on the internet. They want to talk on and on and on and hear themselves talk and say all this shit and be like condescending, like, but you know, the snitch and the snitch and but he snitched and I'm not a snitch and my gang we're solid, but like he's a snitch and like he got out and and then they want to go on and they want to talk about like Sarah Molina and they want to talk about this and that. You know what, let me just keep it short. I grew up on the West Coast. My name is Once Grow. I'm a member of a gang. It's called Bloods. Now, Bloods to you might be different to me. If you're not in my gang, then you probably don't know how we operate. So, I can tell you at almost 50 years old, first of all, just don't join a gang. Secondly, I'm not here to embellish or condone gang activity. And I mean that. And I'm not saying that facetiously. I am a responsible adult. I come from a gang. Now, did I disavow my affiliation to my neighborhood? Fuck, never, dude. Come on, man. Why would I? I'm from the Riverside neighborhood, man. Little Man, KB, Solo, you know what I'm saying? The homie, big homies, all of them, you know what I'm saying? And it's my neighborhood, where the fuck I come from. Now, listen, I know. There's a little reminiscing going on there. And, to all the fallen soldiers, I pour out a 40, you know what I'm saying? And I mean that sincerely. For those who know, I attended many funerals. I'm not here to downplay anything. I'm not here to upplay anything. I'm just here to simply say, look, man, I'm from the real West Coast. You can never take that from me. You can never say that I'm not. You can never say with any type of real veracity that I'm not from where I'm from. And coming from where I'm from, it was a matter of survival. And I'm not even going to go into a backstory. I'm going to keep it very short. So, given that, I come from the real trenches. I'm not saying that my gang is better than another gang. I'm not saying that you should be in a gang or that gangs are cool or anything like that. Nope. That's not what I'm here to say. What I'm here to say is this, man. Tekashi69 touched down. He was authorized release from prison. And in my playbook, in my rule book, if you're in a fucking gang and you set your homie up, you're a fucking snitch. And if you steal from your homie and you bring heat from the feds, that is the federal government, if you bring heat to your gang because you're out shooting 15 people a night and talking like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, you know who I'm talking about. So I'm just going to say it. Nigga, listen. If you're stealing from your bag and you're pinching and you're stealing and you ain't real. Now listen, I know some people like, well, I'm part of a Christian because I get a lot of people who hit me up from Christian organizations. I'm Judeo-Christian. Where I come from, we respect Israel, America first, Israel and our allies. First and foremost, America and our allies. So we're Judeo-Christian. I'm not from the East Coast. That's right. I'm Judeo-Christian. So on the West Coast, a lot of Bloods. Where I'm from, it's a little bit different than that on the East Coast. I'm not going to say anything derogatory about the Bloods on the East Coast. They have their Moorish backgrounds. They have their 5-point stars. Whatever. People can argue it, say whatever to the contrary, this, and that. What I'm saying is this. I like Tekashi69. I do. Always did. Never had anything derogatory whatsoever to say about him whatsoever. I bought beats from Concept P, one of the producers who he bought beats from. And I was always and forever been a fan of Tekashi69. I know a lot of YouTube YouTubers and motherfuckers want to get up on YouTube and talk for like ever. Oh yeah, Tekashi69 snitch. Yeah, until you're in the same situation, nigga. Then shut the fuck up and get off my bandwidth and off my fucking wavelength. And if you're not from United Blood Nation, which I am, because where I come from, it's not illegal to be a member of a gang. Nah, I lived in Chicago, but I'm not originally from Chicago. And when I was in Chicago, hey man, I was neutral. I got down with all sides. And they all knew that I was a blood. For y'all niggas, there's no Bloods in Chicago. There's no Crips in Chicago. Not true. Because I was there, and I know that other Bloods and Crips are there. And if you listen to these renegade rappers who talk about, for example, G Herbo talks about his Bloods, you know what I'm saying? And Little Bibby and shit, you know what I'm saying? Man, props, you know? And shout outs to Mobster Nation on that peace tip, you know what I'm talking? Shout outs to Rick the Riddler, you know what I'm saying? On the north side, out over there by Wrigley Field, you know what I'm saying? Look, man, hey, I have relatives, man. You know what I'm saying? People on all sides. All I'm saying, I'm going to keep this short. I've never been about set tripping. Ever. Granted, back in the early days of the gangs, the 1990s, whoop-de-whoop, yeah, we gangbang. But look, you know what I'm saying? After the Rodney King trial, and subsequent to such, and the riots in the streets, not just in LA, but on the West Coast. There were protests all up and down the West Coast, including the state of Washington. And you can see what happened to Washington State in the documentary, Seattle is Dying. I was there for all that shit. And I lived in Oakland, California. So, well, technically Alameda, 5 minutes away. But I lived in Hayward, California. I lived in Alameda. I used to skateboard in Oakland. Same shit, different day. Point is this. Shout outs to my homies and niggas in the Bay Area, Washington State, Puget Sound, all up and down the West Coast. Shout outs to Secret Society. Doug, we're going to need to get that master recording from you that Chili paid for and that Big Scheme paid for. You know what I'm saying? But it's all love up and down the West Coast. Look, I've always been a fan of Tekashi69. I'm not going to say anything bad about him. I don't have anything bad to say about him. If you set me up, nigga, in some shit, like on some rap shit, and your nigga was, you know, your homie was whoop-de-whoop and shit, and you brought the motherfucking feds to me, and they said, nigga, you gonna get 47 years in prison unless, you know what I'm saying, you just clear your name? Nigga, shut the fuck up, man. Shut the fuck up, man, for real. Nigga, for real. 21 years old, you indoctrinate me into your so-called gang, and then you want to fucking steal from me, and you want to fuck my bitch? Nigga, check this out. Sniper scope, nigga, bullseye. I'm Oncer Grove.